In this video, we're going to go over what I think is the simplest and most reliable DIY split flap display. You will usually find split flap displays in airports. They are a simple, low-energy alternative to LCD screens. The one we're building today is made from a few simple 3D printed parts and easy to find electronic components. Now, we're not going to cover how to control the display. You'll probably want to handle that in your own way. This project uses the very common 28BYJ 48 stepper motor and its driver board. You might be more familiar with this version here. To save space, the motor sits inside the unit. Let's open it up and take a look. It's held together with just 4 self-tapping screws. Once we're inside, we can see the stepper motor. Mounted on top of it is the magnetic encoder, and the flap drum is driven by a gear on the motor, and 2 idler gears. The motor and the encoder are both held in place with another pair of self-tapping screws. And the idler gears run directly on plastic instead of bearings. The speed is quite low, and the encoder compensates for any wear over time. Inside the drum is the driven gear that the motor turns. There is a little bit of backlash in the system, but again, the encoder takes care of that. On the other side of the flap drum, we can see the encoder magnet. The encoder actually ships with a magnet, so you don't need to find one yourself. The magnet simply passes over the top of this black chip on the encoder board. The flaps themselves are a very simple design. They have 2 small tabs on each side that slot into the holes in the drum. You'll notice that when one side of the flap looks perfect, and the other side looks a bit rough. That's because they are printed all at once, and my top layer settings aren't quite dialed in. If you have an AMS or CFS, you'll be able to print these perfectly. If not, here's how you can do a multicolor print on a single color printer. I'll be using Orca Slicer. In the download, you'll find 3 files: letters top, letters bottom, and flaps. First, import the letters bottom file. Change the filament color to white or any color you like. Next, right-click the part and choose Add Part. Then select the flaps STL. Make sure the flaps are set to a different color. After that, import the letters top file, and again set it to a different color. You may need to move the part slightly to avoid the purge line. If you have an AMS or CMS system, you're basically done. If not, you'll need to slice the model and export the G-code. Then open the G-code in a text editor and search for the tool change commands. I actually made a small mistake here. I should have selected PETG for both materials, but in any case, after each tool change, simply add the word pause on the next line, save the file, and load it back into your printer. When the print runs, the printer will pause whenever a color change is needed. Just swap the filament using your normal process and resume the print. When installing the drum into the frame, there's a small hole in the case that lines up with a locating dowel on the drum. Once it's aligned, we can close the case and secure it with like 4 self-tapping screws. And I think the honeycomb design looks pretty cool. And when the gears are moving, it almost looks like the inside of a watch. On the side, there's also a cable retainer which keeps everything neat and flush. I'll include a simple sketch in the download to help you get started. Raspberry Pi Pico can run about 6 of these modules, probably more if you add a multiplexer. But for my project, I only need 5. All of the sketch will be available on Patreon, free for my advanced members. Thanks for watching.